Today I'm watching Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 5. In the previous episode we had some pretty big revelations, so I'm very curious to see where we're gonna go. We found out Javi is alive and came back and was very distorted, and it was shortly after Lottie had made a sacrifice. So yeah, very interesting to see how that's connected. And Natalie had obviously told Travis that Javi had passed away and faked this blood on his shorts, so I'm sure there's going to be lots of awkward conversations between the two of them. Natalie is hanging out with adult Lottie in the present day at this self-help commune thing that she has going. Misty is tracking down Natalie because Natalie has obviously disappeared, in present day. We have a new character this season, Elijah Wood's character Walter. He's teamed up with Misty, these detectives trying to figure out what's going on. We also met adult Van in the last episode as Ty walks in, and it doesn't seem like they've seen each other in a long time, and Van is running this video store. Ty's dual personality thing is definitely playing up a lot more, and Simone is still in the hospital from that car accident. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where this episode's gonna go. We found out Lottie has been taking medications to suppress her visions, and they've been getting more and more frequent. I'm really enjoying this season so far, so thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Yes, the rewind machine, a classic. I'm very curious to learn more about adult Van. I love Lauren Ambrose, so I'm very excited she's in this. Such a great cast. She's just going to be such a great addition to it. Mountain Dew and a Sprinkles donut, classic. Welcome to the Dollhouse. Very interesting film.
Oh, hey guys.
I love that she has this movie shop.
Yeah, the boxy things are VHS tapes and they go into a VCR machine.
She's having to explain to them what they are. Yeah, because nobody would have a machine anymore.
Okay.
I love that they're just picking up right where they left off. It was such a boom moment, and yeah, to continue. Yes, we need to know where this is gonna go. Is spring upon us? Ice is melting? Hope on the horizon? Oh my gosh, did they finally survive winter? It's hard to tell the passage of time other than through seasons in this show, obviously, because there's so much repetition.
Is it? A hungry one kicking your bladder again?
I just don't know how much more I can take.
I know, it sucks.
Yeah, I feel like we've definitely time jumped a little bit. Shauna's looking more and more pregnant. Ty's hairs looks longer as well.
The trees. But Van's convinced I stopped sleepwalking because I started going, and it's making her very happy, as you can see.
Okay, I'm glad they're trying it. Yeah, I know Van was very adamant to try.
The cold. It makes my cheeks burn.
That's called frostbite.
It's peaceful.
That's interesting how they've added the addition of literally seeing their breath as well.
Whisper.
And yeah, Lottie's leading this meditation.
Life is coming. And we can't wait to meet him.
We can't wait to meet him.
I'm very worried, yeah. We knew this day was coming, obviously, but now it's getting closer and closer, and I don't know what that means. And Callie and Jay are going bowling. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
For a second, I was like, is this a flashback or present day?
It's a little much. It's a little much. Are you Jesus?
It's from the movie.
The Big Lebowski. Always a fan of a Big Lebowski reference.
Okay, got her balls. You know what? You're up.
Yeah, he's got 100 points. She's barely breaking 30. Or she's secretly bluffing, and this. Oh. Yep. He's like, oh, I did not think that was gonna happen.
Thought that we agreed we were gonna take things slow.
Because he's a cop and he's spying on you.
It's just... I like you, Kelly. I really like you, and...
He likes getting information from you.
My shift's over, so I've closed you out here. If you want anything else, the bar's open.
Great.
Callie's being hustled by Jay. Yeah. And Jay obviously isn't his real name, which she's just figured out. Yep. And is now gonna leave and look up his name and find out that he's a cop. Oh, yeah. Callie's too smart for this.
Maybe he did die, and that's his ghost.
Anything's possible with this show. You never know. Yeah, I'm very curious to find out where Javi's been, but he's obviously not talking.
Yeah, maybe you could help here.
He'll talk when he's ready.
He's not curious to find out. It's been months. Like... Yeah, there's obviously a lot to be said over what Natalie did, and doesn't look like they've had that conversation yet. She's still got her pet mouse.
It's like, why should humans have to suffer more than beagles? Also, young Kevorkian was kind of hot.
What are you doing?
I don't know the reference.
Actually, don't answer that. Just pick your chore.
This is how they're drawing chores. Okay. We saw Queen of Hearts card in Lottie's last episode, so I'm curious to find out what that means.
The affair. Look, you can talk to me if it helps.
Callie's got to find a way to break it off without making him suspicious, obviously, so...
My dad's best friend, Randy. Like, how up is that?
Yeah, she's not going to give any information now that she knows. She accidentally would have when she didn't know, but she's not going to set her mom up like that now. And now Jay's like, well, that's not what we thought, so...
We sold artisanal small batch goat cheese, and by we, I mean myself and a goat named Billy. 2,
A Billy goat.
biological father. And 3, I have $175,000 worth of stock in Taco Bell, and I have never been to a single one.
I believe that last one's true, given on what he said the previous episode about being a millionaire.
You understand the rules of your own game.
There's only ever one rule: win. And now you know a little bit more about me, so...
He cheats at games and he's very competitive. Goody, these two.
3 truths and no lies. It only seems fair that you do the same for me.
Misty's not up to opening up.
No idea. I'm just digitizing the tapes.
Did Van get married?
One of those at Shauna's wedding?
Yeah. Mrs. Taylor almost had a stroke. I can see her bosoms.
Okay, so they went to Shauna's wedding together, so they obviously were in contact after they came back.
Randy Walsh.
Told him my wife was sleeping with my best friend?
Well, at least it's better than telling him it was the guy that she killed.
I mean, she has a point. It's uncomfortable AF, but she does have a point.
I'm meeting Randy tonight. They're obviously following you, so they'll probably follow me, and they'll just, like, stake us out or whatever.
Yeah, Shauna's gonna set up a trap for them. I'm still trying to figure out what the bees from the last episode.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
You want to walk with us?
You bet.
My only guess is that, like Lottie said, when there's a new queen bee, they attack all the other, like, unborn queen bees, so there's only one queen bee, and that's what would have happened, but, yeah, it was very bizarre.
We would play better, or they would play worse. I mean, it's not like we really believed in it.
Yeah, they're used to having that, like, comfort, even if it is made up, you know, they're used to having that routine.
To say anything if you don't want to. But please, just tell me where you were, Javi.
Yeah, he's probably scared, because definitely the night he left, things got very intense. So he's like, I don't know if I can trust you people, because you're all a little crazy. But I would be dying to know where he was, how he's okay. Like, did somebody help him? Is there somebody else out there? So many questions, and he's just keeping this mystery alive.
Got enough of that out there.
Travis.
Quit acting like such a saint. You planted the bloody clothes. Just say it.
Yep, exactly. Now he's confronting her.
If it doesn't
doesn't make any sense that he is.
Well, maybe he wouldn't be so up if I had found him sooner, so that's on you.
Yeah, obviously we knew this conversation was going to happen at some point, and because Javi showed up and she convinced him that he was gone.
The black recesses of my soul. I just need a minute.
Of course.
I'm worried that Natalie's wearing like purple now and she's like slowly incorporating into this, and I feel like that's what Lottie wants, but I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of questions. And when Misty and Walter show up, what that's gonna look like.
Technically I was, but it's no big deal, okay? Lottie sent some people for me, but I'm not being held against my will anymore.
I'm sorry.
She says from the inside of a gate.
As in Lottie? Lottie, who was committed to a mental institution in Switzerland? That?
Very expensive mental institution.
You're gonna have to elaborate.
She runs a place here, and she's helping me reflect.
You know it's bad when Misty thinks that someone's crazy.
Go home. But I'm doing a thing here, Misty. I don't need you getting in my way.
Yeah, I don't know why she wants to stay so much and what she's working on, if she's just hoping for more information about Travis, but yeah. I feel like Natalie's also a bit lost, so.
Serious. Well, so am I. I just hitchhiked across Pennsylvania. I do not smell great.
I'm glad these two are talking, and yeah, they obviously haven't seen each other in a while.
Plane crash, I pretended that I ran out, but really I just lied. I let Justin Lee finger me backstage for the dress rehearsal of Bye Bye Birdie.
Whoa, 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 big secrets coming out. Wow.
Einstein says that curiosity is a sign of intelligence.
Well, maybe I'm a genius then.
I'm just putting it together. She pulled the number 2 card, and that's the poop bucket. Yep. Oh, God, this is their toilet off the edge of a cliff.
Grab some sticks so we can scrape the rest of it out.
Ugh, oh, God, that'd be the worst part. At least the cold would hopefully freeze it, and you're gonna need bigger sticks than that.
My name isn't Crystal. It's Kristen.
Oh, no.
Got it wrong on the first day of practice, and I never corrected them.
Oh, that's sad.
No one had given me a nickname before, so I was afraid that if I told them the truth, they wouldn't like me as much.
It is a fun nickname, but also not her name.
I have another secret. A ginormous one, okay? But you have to swear on your mom's life that you will not tell anyone.
I swear.
I'm guessing it's about Coach. Oh, my.
The night after the plane crash, when everybody was asking and treating me like I was actually you.
Oh, no, Misty. That's a big one.
Emergency transmitter.
That's a big one. You're gonna lose your only friend.
And I destroyed it.
Yep. Say goodbye to your only friend, buddy, because that was a big, dark secret, and you've trapped them all there for your own selfish vanity. Oh, Misty, should have took that one to your grave, buddy. If you were an outcast before.
You're the reason we never got rescued?
Yes! Misty's a monster. And that you're gonna be stuck out here for months.
Face, I totally got you.
You're not joking.
You're not that good of an actress.
No, we've seen Steel Magnolias in the previous episode.
But no, Crystal.
Is Misty gonna kill Crystal? We don't see a doe, Crystal. Okay, they're very close to a cliff.
For you, and I'll do all your chores, okay? You cannot tell anybody, please.
She's gonna tell everybody.
Kill you.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna do it off this poop cliff. Oh, Crystal with the poop bucket. She literally dies with shit in her hands. Sorry for swearing. Oh my gosh. Now no one will know. I was like, this is it. This is gonna be a huge moment. Oh my god. And now Misty's never gonna tell anybody. Because obviously she saw the response and it wasn't what she was hoping, because she's a psycho. She's a psychopath. The definition of psychopath. Cheese and rice, Misty.
Your friend's okay. And that's why we came here, right? Maybe you can move on now.
No, Misty wanted her big hero moment and it's not happening.
Yeah, but it was obviously an act.
Misty doesn't want to believe it. Oh my god.
The first thing they're going to want her to do is cut ties with all her close friends. That's cult 101.
Whatever she can explain to herself to make it rational. Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me?
Your friendships are a little more complicated than most.
A little bit more murderous, you say?
And I deduced that you probably killed him. Maybe to help a friend?
But he seems okay with this? And is not totally off?
Capable of murder?
1,010%.
You're charming and impulsive, which are traits of most serial killers.
Is he trying to, like, compliment her at the same time?
It's over.
I thought that'd be a perfect situation for Misty. Someone finds her dirty secrets and says he likes her anyway. And now she's left to the side of the highway by this cult.
Yeah.
I'm curious how far they're actually going to take this.
Chips.
Snacks.
Well, let's just get to it.
Oh my, props.
In the trash.
What? Why?
No questions, okay? After what you and Jeff did, you owe me. Go on.
She's very thorough, I'll give her that. Oh my god.
I wasn't hurting anyone, Shauna.
Well, okay, this.
Yeah, it's definitely weird that she did it while she was sleeping.
You don't have to be dying to have regrets.
No. You don't get to do this, no way.
Yeah, I was like, is Ty flirting with her? What's going on?
Anvil into my life and then go all high fidelity on me. So what's the deal with what happened to us?
Great movie reference.
I'm mixing my pop culture metaphors because I'm f***ing upset.
It happens to the best of us. Yeah, she's terrified and a lot is happening.
Come on, Randall.
I could have gone a lifetime without needing to see this. Oh my god. Is he gonna use the tiny shampoo? Like, what is he thinking? Oh, he's gonna use the shampoo as a sample. Blech. That's Travis's bank, I'm guessing? Yeah, she's looking for clues for sure.
And her delusions have hurt people.
You should know better than anyone we can't define a person based on their past.
Wow, 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 throwing her own words back at her. Okay.
Please.
Natalie's, yeah, was hoping for some big revelation, but nobody seems worried.
I know how we can figure this out.
And you're just saying it now? Like, come on.
Together.
They haven't talked about his death in quite a few episodes, so yeah, I'm very curious to find out more.
I'm only in it because of Van and Lottie. And
She's obsessed with my baby, Ty!
Okay, so Lottie's excited about the baby.
It's more than excited, yeah.
And yeah, you're right. It's probably not because I listened to the Pine Needles or whatever. But I'm gonna take what I can get, and I'm not gonna apologize for that.
Yeah, of course. Oh no. It's actually helping Ty, but yeah, I can see why Shauna's not supporting it. Oh no. Is she going into labor now? What's happening? Oh, this can't be good. This can't be good. Get out of there! Get back inside!
No, Crystal.
She's gone. She's gone. You killed her. Yeah. At least use her real name.
No. Stay alive.
Well, you're cracking her ribs to the Bee Gees at least. Yeah, there's the blood spewing out of her mouth because you're a murderer, Misty. Your nickname could be Misty the Murderer, just like she was Crystal the Pistol. Yeah, and just like that, the storm's covering her up. Oh my gosh, terrifying.
Nope. We should check the room. Get confirmation they boned.
Weird and a little gross, but also he's obviously onto something because, yeah, it was a fake.
Enough confirmation for you?
At least he has gloves on. But that's definitely shampoo.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, I don't smell it. Gah.
Strawberries.
She told me not to come back.
Who's she? Lottie?
My friend.
Lauralee? Who is she? Yeah, who's his friend?
I
lost her! Crystal!
She's gonna blame it on the storm. Yeah.
Shit, Ty and Shauna are still out there! We're never gonna find them in this!
Misty's, yeah. Obviously, they're gonna be more focused on Ty and Shauna, and even if they go look for her, they're gonna think she fell in the storm or something. So Misty's unfortunately off the hook for this one, and it worked on her acting skills. That's terrifying. Oh my gosh. They're gonna go around in circles.
I hear my breath. I hear the trees.
Is she trying to like train Van to go out into the storm and find them?
I hear my breath. I hear the wind. I feel my friends wanting to find us.
Well, maybe it'll work. Who am I to say? Oh, and then it goes to the fuzzy TV, the literal snow on the TV. Interesting. Yeah, the pills weren't for her mom. Does that mean she's sick? Oh no. Why would she need such strong, painkillers? And sleepwalking Van and Ty. Or sleepwalking Ty. Oh man. Van is gonna realize what's happening. Yes, exactly.
This isn't where we're supposed to be.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But maybe Van can help figure it out now? Oh my goodness. She's like, I thought I was done chasing after you.
But it's different. Keep going. I see us.
Oh my god, that's horrible. They're all burned.
We weren't alone out there.
Oh my god. Has this been like a dream the whole time? Who is this? An antler person? What? Is that the person we saw in like the intro?
Natalie, wake up.
Like the first episode when they were sacrificing and doing rituals? Yeah, Natalie obviously almost OD'd.
We brought it back with us.
Yeah, she said they weren't alone out there.
They're in us. It still is.
Yeah, something's going on for sure.
That's what I was right about.
Oh, shoot. Oh no. Okay, I guess now we know. But that's terrifying. And this frickin' antlers, man. Oh my gosh.
Please. I want to join.
Of course she does. That's interesting. Yeah, if they all died in the crash and then this antler thing brought them back, this darkness.
Yes, oh, is there okay?
Is she in labor?
It sounds like it. Yep. There we go. Oh my gosh. Of course that's how that ends. Cheese and rice. So that was my first time watching Yellowjackets season 2 episode 5. It was a big episode, a lot happened, and they'd kind of been building to this. We kind of had some, laying the groundwork episodes, so this feels like we're finally starting to see some momentum. I feel like it was a big episode for Natalie, as obviously Javi is back and Travis confronts her and says like, hey, you faked this. So they're on the outs. He's still talking to her, but it's definitely a cold shoulder, and he's trying to give Javi some space because Javi is not talking. The only thing he said is that she told me not to come back. My friend said not to come back, and we don't know who this friend is. At first I was thinking maybe it was Lottie, but Lottie was very adamant that he was alive. So maybe it's Lee, somebody who we know has passed away and might have some connection to that, or there's someone else out there in the woods who's been keeping him alive this whole time. So it wasn't quite the satisfying reveal I was kind of hoping for in this episode, since he just showed up in the previous episode, but we didn't really learn a lot. So I'm hoping in the next few episodes we find out more about what actually happened to Javi. We obviously have Natalie in the future as well, as she's still convinced there's things that she, you know, doesn't know about Travis's death, and I figured that's why she was staying and was kind of playing along to get some more information. She breaks into Lottie's office, and Lottie's like, everybody knows. I think Natalie was hoping for some big reaction from everything's cult and that they would, you know, turn against Lottie, but that's obviously not the case. And to see Natalie, you know, trying to find this information, almost looking scared when Lottie, you know, talks to her, and Lottie's like, I think we might have, you know, a solution, which again, I don't know why they didn't talk about it sooner, but here we are. And she hypnotizes Natalie, and we've only ever seen Lottie's perspective about what happened to Travis, so it was very interesting to finally see, you know, Natalie's version of what happened, and not even how he died, just the last time they were together. And now it makes sense why he didn't call Natalie when he was feeling this way, if she literally overdosed the last time they were hanging out and they were doing drugs together. And to me, that was more the reason of why he didn't call her, is because he probably was worried about how she was doing, you know, on her own and struggling to take care of herself. So yeah, that make it a little bit more sense. And to see Natalie, you know, coming in and out of consciousness as the police are called, and, you know, the things she's remembering and the flashbacks till the wilderness, it's very interesting what she said and giving more insight into this situation. And I'm starting to think now that maybe when the plane crashed, everybody died because we had Natalie's perspective of the plane, and everybody was unalived, basically. They were burnt, and it was not good. And we know, yes, some people did die in the crash, but this looked like everybody had died. And to see this person with the antlers who we've seen, you know, in season 1 and the very start of the show, like that was in there, this person wearing antlers and everything, performing this ritual, coming onto the plane, which means, like she said, you know, something was out there with them, because this whole time I thought it was one of them, which, I mean, it could still might be, please no spoilers, but how could it be one of them if they all died in the plane crash, you know? So that's interesting. I'm very curious to see where that's going to go, and that the note that Travis left saying that, you know, Natalie was right, they did bring something back with them. So Lottie looked very scared, and we saw the shadow of the same antlers on the floor, you know, when she said that. So yeah, definitely a lot going on about who or what that could be. And I really hope this doesn't turn out to be a show where you find out it was all a dream, or like they've been dead the whole time or something like that. Please no spoilers, but I really hope that's not the route that they go. And it was very interesting to kind of get a new perspective or another option for what happened, because we don't really know why the plane crashed or anything like that. That's never really been discussed. And it was a very intense crash. And again, it's only been them out there. So if they all died and were somehow brought back to stay there, like who brought them back, or what does that look like? So yeah, lots of questions. And I know we're getting towards the second half of this season. I think there's only 9 or 10 episodes in the season as well. I'm hoping some more questions will be answered, obviously, as we progress through the season. And this darkness, like all these characters have struggled since they've come back. So yeah, lots of layers and lots of pieces you can dissect there. So I'm very curious to see where it's going to go. I thought we'd maybe get a different perspective about how Travis died, but it looks like the version Lottie gave is correct, that he was trying to get close to death to escape this, and obviously things went awry, and that seems to be, you know, the accurate version. I don't know if we'll ever get Travis's side of this, and we saw the flash that Natalie had from her memories of Travis in the flashback. That's where that last scene was from, the last time she was spending time with him, and it sounded like he had a girlfriend and, you know, was still seeing Natalie a little bit, and Natalie says, you know, she wanted to basically ruin it for him and make his life complicated, but she chose not to. So yeah, we knew they had hung out as adults after they got back, but obviously there's a long history there. We have Ty and Van talk more, because obviously Ty is sleepwalking again, and we saw at the end of this episode as well that, you know, Van's following Ty again. She says, I'm not supposed to be here, so where are they supposed to be? Where are they gonna go? And Van knows that it's the other person taking over, because Ty was just asleep on the couch, and then she's kissing Van, you know, in the kitchen 4 seconds later, basically. So I'm very curious to see where they're going to lead us and where that's going to go. Like I said, I love Lauren Ambrose, so I'm very excited to learn more about adult Van's character. It looks like she's sick or struggling with something, as she was taking a very powerful medication and lied to Ty and said that it was her mom's. So yeah, very interesting to see where that's going to go, and to see more into Van's world, as she's got this video rental place and lives above it. I didn't expect Ty to tell Van about the sacrifice with, you know, the dog and all of that stuff, but I think she just needs to vent to somebody and come clean. And obviously her and Van, you know, were super close at one point, and it sounds like they hung out when they got back. Like, they both went to Shauna's wedding, which I imagine would have been a couple years after they got back. So they were making jokes about the pen that she got from the truck driver. Another big reveal from this episode is Callie finds out that Jay is in fact a police officer. I think it's interesting the way they've played it, that instead of Callie turning on her mom, who she knows is a murderer, is now being very protective of her mom, the murderer, and is doing everything she can to send the police on the wrong track, and says, oh, you're having an affair with Randy. And then Shauna, you know, being the diligent, thorough one that she is, we have to make this seem real, so let's meet up with Randy and let's plant evidence. But, you know, Randy couldn't perform and decides to put strawberry shampoo in the condom, and obviously the police figure that out, but now it's a they know that we know that they know situation. Like, Jay knows that Callie knows, basically, but the police know that Shauna is lying, but Shauna doesn't know that. So yeah, it's very interesting. And now obviously they think Shauna is even more suspicious in this Adam case, because why would she go to such great lengths to lie about it? And to see Walter and Misty kind of break up. He literally leaves her on the side of the road in the pouring rain, and he seemed like such a good match for Misty, and I'm so surprised she's rejecting him. Maybe she's not used to things going well, I don't know, but he literally was like, hey, I know you lied about Adam's mom, which we knew would come out eventually. He's also a detective, he would have figured it out. And the fact that he's like, yeah, I figured you were involved in his death, probably for a friend, which is dangerously close to reality. And he's like, it's okay, I still like you. And Misty's just like repulsed and is like, I don't know what you're talking about, and, you know, just leaves the situation basically. So I don't know what Adam's gonna do with that information. I don't know if he has any actual proof or just speculation, but he was correct, and Misty's now trying to, you know, get into this cult and is playing the sob story of like, please, I really want to join. So I don't know how Natalie's going to respond to seeing Misty there in the morning. Obviously, we saw that Natalie wanted nothing to do with Misty, and Misty's on this crusade to rescue her friend and is playing the martyr again and wants this big hero moment. And Natalie's like, what are you doing here? I get out of here. Like, I don't want to go back with you. I'm fine. Like, please leave. Don't ruin what I have going. And we know Natalie obviously has ulterior motives to be there to try and find out this information about Travis, or just see what Lottie's been up to in general. I don't know if Walter will change his mind and come back in the next episode and try and find Misty, or if he's gone forever. I have no idea. I really like Elijah Wood, and it was interesting to see the two of them work together in this like detective, and even he's trying to get to know Misty, and she's not having it. She doesn't want to hear any of his, you know, two truths and a lie game. So yeah, I'm very curious, and we also don't know much about his backstory other than he is wealthy from this lawsuit. Obviously, a huge revelation about Misty's character is that she killed Christine on the cliff. It was just such a heartbreaking moment because I saw it coming as soon as she said what she said and Crystal reacted the way that she did. I was like, oh no, this is like, they're on this cliff, they're deserted, like it's too prime of an opportunity for Misty to do something horrible, and like there's no one else around. Obviously she's got the storm she can blame and say that she got lost in the storm, and even if they find her later, like I said, they're gonna think she stepped off a cliff because she was lost in the storm and couldn't see where she was going and died. But obviously, as the audience knows, Misty was the one behind it, and it was very interesting how their friendship had developed over these past few episodes. You know, they were doing plays and show tunes and, you know, really bonding, and really the first true real friend that Misty's had probably her whole life, which is sad, but I feel like she really found a connection. And even standing over Crystal's body and going, sorry bestie, I was like, oh my gosh, just I can't. And to have this game of, you know, telling all these like cute little secrets and, you know, things in their lives that no one else really knows, and then the game obviously progresses and gets very dark and Misty, you know, I think it was like episode 2 that Misty did that of like season 1. Like it was very early on because it was right after the crash. And I knew Crystal wasn't going to take it well. Crystal had made some interesting comments for sure, but I didn't think she was at the level of psychopath that Misty is. And then when she realizes what has happened and Misty confesses, you know, the secret she's been keeping for months, that she destroyed the plane's, you know, emergency transmitter box, and Crystal puts it together and realizes, oh, we could have been rescued and you're the reason why we're not rescued this whole time. And obviously at this point they don't know if they'll ever be rescued, so just the impending doom of that, and the fact that Misty's standing there with a big smile on her face saying like, yeah, I destroyed it. And they had been talking about how, like, you know, Misty now feels more useful and needed in the woods, and that she obviously wants to keep that going, and that's why she did it, for her own selfish reasons. And Crystal's face just drops and gives her this look of, who the are you, and why would you do that to us, and how could you, and just betrayal, confusion, like fear, all in one, you know, moment. And just Misty obviously realizes that if Crystal leaves the situation, she's going to tell everybody in the cabin. And what are they going to do to Misty then? If she was outcast before, I can't even imagine the punishment they would put onto Misty, because I'm guessing even in present day, no one has any idea that Misty is the one who destroyed the box, because they wouldn't come within 100 feet of her if they knew. As a viewer, it was definitely interesting because you wanted to see some repercussions for Misty's actions. You wanted to see something finally happen from this, and I don't know that that's ever going to happen now, because the one person she would have told, she did tell, and then she unalived them because she realized that this person didn't have her back and wasn't on the same page and was going to tell everybody, and Misty obviously wasn't going to have that. And even Misty's face gets so mean and is, you know, yelling at her, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, and poor Crystal falls to her death with a bucket of poop in her hand, and just terrifying. And I don't think Misty wanted to unalive her friend. She just panicked and knew what it meant for her and wasn't willing to let that happen. She wanted to protect herself, to be selfish again. So she, you know, didn't push her, but, you know, pushed her to the edge literally so that Crystal fell off. And yeah, it was a very tough scene to watch. And we know Misty has killed people, so I wasn't surprised it started in the wilderness, but yeah, she's obviously very familiar around death and cleaning up these things, so this is hopefully her first one. Hopefully she hasn't killed anybody before now, but still, it was just such a terrifying and horrible scene to see. And then to see Misty come running back into the cabin, you know, actress face on, you know, show face on, basically saying like, oh, guys, like she probably stood outside on the porch practicing that for 10 minutes before she actually went inside and delivered her performance. And, you know, the storm, and I've lost her. But instantly everybody's concern turns to Shauna and Ty, because they're still out there. And Shauna is going into contractions, and of course they cut, you know, right to credits as soon as that was, you know, building momentum, and she's back in the cabin. So my guess is the next episode is that Shauna will be giving birth, and Lottie whispering to the baby like, you're gonna save us, you're the one, you know, something along those lines was very creepy. And Shauna was obviously like, what are you doing? Stop being so invested. And, you know, Shauna brings up the point of, if anybody's excited, it should be me. And Lottie's taken a very, you know, keen interest into this baby, and she's also said it's a boy, so I guess we'll find out. But yeah, my prediction is the next episode is Shauna goes into labor, and this is the first time we see her actually freak out about being pregnant in this situation, because obviously it's a scary place and there's not a lot of medical assistance and they're on their own out there. So we've seen her like talk about some things, but this was the first one where she just, you know, unleashes on Ty, basically talking about how scared she is and she doesn't know what she's going to do. So yeah, I'm very worried to see what's going to happen to Shauna and the baby. We know Shauna is alive in the present, so she's going to make it, but I don't think this baby is Callie. So yeah, I'm very worried to see where that's going to go. And it sucks that Crystal's literal last act was emptying out the poop bucket, and we see them drawing, you know, these playing cards for chores, and I remembered that Crystal had drawn a 2, and obviously 2 meaning poop, and she's going to take that out as that's her chore that she's drawn. So obviously they've associated different chores to the different cards, and we know in a previous episode Lottie had a playing card of a queen with the eyes crossed out, so I'm curious as to what that correlation means. You know, if 2 means take out the poop bucket, what does the queen card mean? So is it literal, is it figurative? I have no idea. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where that's gonna go. Lottie is running this, morning prayer circle, this meditation that's making everybody more in tune with nature and the woods, and it definitely feels exactly like what she's doing in present day with, breathing and making everybody aware of their surroundings. But it seems to have helped. Like, Ty isn't sleepwalking anymore, so she's obviously eternally grateful for that. We know that doesn't last forever. Obviously Ty does start sleepwalking in the future, but it seemed to have worked, for a while, and to have them not telepathically communicating, but obviously something going on where they can, I can hear the wind, I can know my friends are looking for me, and that's how Shauna and Ty are able to find their way back, from the storm. Overall, I thought it was a really good episode. We learned a lot, so I'm very curious to see where the next episode's going to go, what next pieces of the puzzle we're going to get, if Misty's going to go into this cult of Vance following Ty into who knows where, if they're going to meet the man with no eyes again, what that's going to look like. Shauna is literally about to have a baby, so I'm very nervous to see where that's going to lead. Javi's back, but he's not talking really, and we saw Travis confront Natalie, and now everybody knows that Natalie planted those shorts and that faked it, and Travis is like, I stopped looking for him, and he was obviously out there. So now Travis feels extra guilty because he was out there, and every day that Travis felt like he wasn't looking, I think is gonna haunt him. And we obviously find out about Natalie saying, we brought something back from the wilderness, we're not alone, like all these very cryptic messages, and the flashback of the last time she saw Travis and them, doing drugs and Natalie ODing to the point of, the police, the paramedics were called, she needed to be brought back, and the flashbacks she was having to the plane were terrifying. So yeah, I'm very, very curious to find out where we're gonna go and what we're gonna learn in the next episode. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Ah, yes, the rewind machine. Mountain Dew and a Sprinkles donut. A billy goat. Whoa, 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 big secret's coming out. Is he gonna use the tiny shampoo? Like, what is he thinking? Is she going into labor now? She's gonna blame it on the storm. At least the cold would hopefully freeze it, and you're gonna need bigger sticks than that. She's gonna tell everybody.